Here we go. Okay, welcome to our Whisking Up the Possibilities call. We're super excited to welcome you here, or if you're watching the replay, thank you for taking the time. And the purpose of this is just to kind of give you a little flavor of what's involved in a Pampered Chef business, so that you can make an informed decision as to whether it might be a good fit for you. And so, a little bit about me. My name is Gretchen Thompson. I live in Hockessin, Delaware, with my husband. We have a blended family of 7 children, and only 2 are still at home with us. They are special needs adult children, 25 or 26 and 27. Um, and the others are all what I like to say released into the wild. And we are so blessed to have 2 grandsons so far. They're 2.5 and 3 months, and they're just like the love of my life. Um, so I've been doing Pampered Chef for, it'll be 20 years next month. I started because I was homeschooling my 4 kids and I needed $400 in my monthly budget. And I just wanted to do something flexible and fun that wouldn't, wreck up the rest of my life, screw up my schedule, and something that I felt like I, believed in and could do. So, I decided to give it a try, and the rest is history. Now I'm like, gosh, I've sold over $1 million in Pampered Chef stuff, which is crazy, and earn a ton of trips, and made some amazing friendships along the way. So I'm so happy to welcome you guys here. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to keep this really fun tonight. So I have some props with me. And what I want you to do is pick a number. I'm going to call on each of you to pick a number between 1 and 8. And that's going to tell me which prop to pull up, and so that I can share a little bit about the business. Okay, so let's see. Candy, I'm going to pick on you first. How about can you pick a number between one and
Four.
eight?
Four.
4? Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is my name tag from conference, and this represents recognition. So one of my favorite things about being in business is that you get a lot of opportunities to hear, you know what, great job. And I don't know what you do in your, if you have a day job. In fact, put it in the chat. Even those of you who are consultants, put that in the chat, because most of our consultants do have a day job. Um, and put it in the chat what you do and how much kind of recognition, how much pat on the back do you get? I know when I was a stay-at-home mom, my husband was not giving me a lot of, hey, way to go, honey, great cleaning that bathroom, right? So
Exactly.
it just makes you so feel so good to get that recognition. Um, Okay, so let's see. The next one. Let's see. Pam, how about you? What number?
I will say 5.
Okay, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is a product. And you consultants know, as a consultant, you have the opportunity to earn so many free products. In fact, the kit itself is like getting a 75% discount off whatever's in that kit. And there are 3 kits available this month, including the one that includes my favorite product, which is the Twist and Chop. So
Yep.
you're gonna pay $30 for the kit, and that comes with the Twist and Chop, which is an amazing tool. It is sort of like a mini food processor, but the blade actually goes up and down. So it's perfect for making, your salsas, your what I love to do with this is put my cottage cheese and some sugar-free jello in there, and I make a really high protein breakfast with that tastes like cheesecake. It's amazing. And all the parts are dishwasher safe. So normally that's a $99 product, but as a new consultant, you can grab it as your kit for $30 this month. But every single month, Pampered Chef gives us the opportunity to earn things. And when you join this month, you're going to be earning new spring products with your sales. Okay. On the months when we're not earning free products, which you never have to pay full price as a consultant, okay? You can always get at least 20% and up to 50% off of the products. But during the months when we're not earning free products, we're earning fun logo wear, like a Yeti, what is this called? Mug, drink, whatever. Logo wear, fun things like beach towels and all that. So many rewards every single month. All right, who's next? Jane, let's go to you.
I'll take number two.
Number two. Okay. Number two is it's a friendship bracelet. And I got to tell you this. When I started 20 years ago, I was not sitting around thinking, gosh, I wish I had some more friends in my life. But now, 20 years later, the friendships, the relationships, they're one of my favorite things. And, Crystal's a perfect example. She and I met on a trip, and I have such a love for her. Like every time I see her in person, we just give each other like the hugest hug. And, but in addition to that, like the relationships, these are the people that become like family for you. Yes, so our margaritas, right? So that's what the friendship bracelet represents. All right, next, let's go to Kristen.
I have been able to. Every prayer she says.
I would say 7.
7. Okay, let's see. You know what that is? Probably my favorite perk is this is a luggage tag. And this represents the travel that you can earn as a consultant. And I can tell you, so when I started 20 years ago, I was not one of these like skyrocket to the top, like earning a trip my very first year. I was looking at it as a very hobby, and which you can do when you jump in, you can work your business at your own pace. Okay. But a couple of years into it, I realized that if I just stepped it up a little bit, I could earn a trip. And so I started earning those trips a couple of years into the business, and I have not looked back. So this year, I actually earned a 7-night cruise to Alaska for my husband and me, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But there's different levels of the trips depending on how hard you want to work. So that's really nice. This year, the trips that you can earn, the lowest level is a trip to Nashville. It is for two. Okay, the trips are always for at least 2 and sometimes 4. And then the mid-level trip is a trip to what is it? Los Cabos, I think is what it's called, or yeah, Los Cabos. All inclusive in Mexico, amazing. And then the top level trip is to Dublin, Ireland. So, depending on how much time and energy you want to put into your business, you can totally earn a trip. Yeah. See, Crystal was one of those people. First year in earning a trip. Love it. Totally possible.
I
Okay.
haven't looked back.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Once you earn a trip, you will never not
Mhm.
trip.
Never not. And I
Um,
fly in from Japan every year. I've flown in from
absolutely.
Japan.
Absolutely. All right. Who hasn't picked one yet? Jane, did you pick one?
I did. I picked number two, the friendship
Oh,
bracelet.
Crystal, you didn't pick one yet.
Correct.
Do we do number 1?
No, let's do number
My
one.
number
All right.
1.
I don't know, maybe this is my favorite. This is me and my husband with my grandson when he was only 3 months old, and he's 2.5 now, but it represents family. And because as a consultant, you work your business around your family's schedule. And, so if you have kids in school, if you have aging parents that you're taking care of, for me, I go down, my grandsons live 500 miles from me. So I'll go down there for a week and I take my computer with me and I can work there. I can work from anywhere. And so, and you can involve your kids in your business, your family in your business. When I started, my kids were younger. I used to have them, stamping catalogs for me, or I actually told them, I'll give you $25 if you book a party for me. And they did. They were like asking their teachers. And
Love it.
so
Love it.
yeah, make them into little entrepreneurs. It was great. So yeah, that's the family. You really it's that flexible that you can work your business around your family. Let's see what else. Since we have um not quite 8 people here, I'll just go through the rest of them. This bra represent, I know I had to do it. I used to do this at my cooking shows, and, which I don't do anymore. Well, I will if I so here's the thing with cooking shows. You can totally do whatever kind of business you want to do. So if you want to do cooking shows, you can do them. If you want to do all virtual parties, you can do them. Right now, I'm like 99% virtual because that's what I prefer. But if somebody wanted to do a cooking party, I totally could and I would rock it out. But anyway, the bra represents support. So you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have this, I know Crystal's losing it. I figured
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Look, we have your back. And this organization that put together this event tonight, I know there's only 6 of us on the call live right now, but literally we represent 8 different upper level director teams that we work together and we support each other's team and we share resources and we have the systems in place to help you succeed. We can't do it for you, but we are going to come beside you. We're going to walk beside you. We're going to push you as much as you want us to push you. And if you say back off, I don't want to be pushed, that's fine too, because you are going to work your business at your own pace. Okay. All right. Let's see. The only other one, well, 2 more. This one, I sort of already talked about this, the rubber band that represents flexibility. And, because you can work your business when and how you want to. Okay. So that's all I'll say about that. And then the last one is the obvious money. Okay. So, you can earn the money you need. Like I said, when I started, I needed $400. It was a gap in my monthly budget, needed $400 a month. Right now I make about 10 times that much because I've chosen to build a team and build up my business to that level. Okay. So really anything is possible. The sky is the limit. And, you can use your earnings for whatever you can, we've paid for home improvements. We've paid off credit card debt. We've paid for family vacations. I don't know, put it in the chat. What would you use if you could suddenly be making an extra $1,000 a month tomorrow? How would you use that money? What difference would it make in your life? Put it in the chat. Maybe
How do you put it in the chat?
Oh, well, you know what? You can just shout it out, Jane, because there's only 6 of us. So go ahead.
Well, I just bought a house in September, so remodeling would be nice and maybe even work forward towards retirement, even paying it off, getting some equity in retirement.
Yeah, that's huge. Peace of mind for sure.
Huge.
Yeah. Who else wants to share what they would use that for?
Bills,
Bills. Yeah.
savings.
Savings like retirement or savings for vacation or for,
Both.
okay. Yeah, definitely. Who else? And those of you who are consultants, you can chime in too. Like what are you doing with your earnings or what would you do with, if you're earning an extra $1,000 than you are now?
So
Fun
for
money.
me, oh, go ahead, Pam.
Oh, I just said fun money.
Fun money.
Little
Yeah.
extra. Yep.
So important. How fun is it to just like go to Marshall's and buy whatever the heck you want to buy without worrying about taking it out of the budget, right?
Yep.
What were you going to say, Crystal?
So for me, my kids were 2 and 6. And this was right before COVID. So 2019. And it was, again, same thing, fun money. And it ended up growing into something way more. And I joined in Virginia, moved my business from Virginia to Rhode Island. We were stationed in Rhode Island and now Rhode Island to Japan. And I've been doing this business in Japan for 2.5 years. And we're now at the transition phase where my husband's retiring out of the military in, officially October. So, I'm saving up my money to, we have to buy a car, we have to buy a house when we get back, our forever home. So a lot of my paycheck, and it's just been so nice to have the breathing room when we've been here where we've been able to travel. Like, my kids have traveled all around Asia because of my income. And it's been a pretty amazing.
What an awesome experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody else? How about you, Kristen?
Just fun money and travel.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I do with mine is I pay for a family beach vacation because, like I said, most of my kids are grown and released into the wild. So, I treasure that time when we can get together, even though most of them are local, just having a week and it's expensive. Like to rent a house at the beach for a week, like that's not cheap. So, I love to be able to say, we're renting a house, there's room for everybody, come on down. Love that. All right. Well, I'm going to open it up to any questions that you guys might have.
Is there like a commission? It's based on commissions, right?
Mhm.
What you sell and commissions.
Yep.
And it's not based on how many parties you have.
No, it's not based on number of parties.
Mhm.
Parties are how we get most of our sales. So that is the bread and butter of your business. You can take individual orders, online orders, that kind of thing. But most of your income is going to come from the parties. And your commission starts at 20% for the month and it goes up to 27% depending on your sales for the month. And after, well, it goes up to 25%, but after you rack up 15,000 in career sales, you get a 2% increase on your commission, like forever.
Have you ever seen like a real slowdown in sales though?
Oh
Like
gosh,
with
yes. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am, I have. And here's the thing. This is not a job where you're going to come in and punch a clock and get paid no matter what. Like
right.
what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And if you have, an attitude of like, I'm constantly going to be learning, the business is constantly changing, which look, my college degree was in accounting, and I went to work as an accountant and I quickly realized I did not want to be an accountant because nothing ever changes. You do literally the same thing over and over again. And so I happen to love that this business is always changing. It's always challenging. And so if you can have that kind of attitude, like something changes and you're like, cool, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to make this work or whatever. So yes, there definitely are slowdowns. It was funny because when 2020 hit, when the shutdown hit, we were all terrified we were going to lose our businesses. And the
Huh?
exact opposite happened. Our sales
Is
increased.
all that Pampered Chef is doing for
Staying home. That's why.
Yeah, they were. Our sales increased by 400%.
you at home.
Yep.
Everybody need a can opener.
Yeah. And yeah, deep
Okay.
cover baker. So you just never know. But if you have the attitude of, I'm going to figure it out, I'm going to keep going, I'm not going to give up because we've been around for 46 years and we're not going anywhere. So yeah.
Is there like a monthly allotment as to what we would have to invest in every month?
What's that?
Or is there like a monthly, like a limit as to what we would have to invest in every month?
So the whole cost of becoming a consultant is the cost of your kit.
Yep.
So there are actually three kits available. It's $30 for the one with the twist and chop. There's another one for 50, which includes like the pizza stone and some other things. And then there's another one that's 200 that includes the stainless pan that I just showed you and a bunch of other things. So that actually includes your website for 90 days for free. Okay. Now, that gives you plenty of time to try out the business, decide if it's for you. And then after that, if you decide it's for you, you want to renew your website. The website costs, I think it's maybe like $12 a month. I pay for it yearly. I think it's like 144 for the year. So that's, another investment. And then, there are some systems that we use that will, automate your parties and everything that just make your life so much easier. And those cost between 10 and 20 a month, depending on what your level is. When you get up to where you're earning trips, you're going to be investing more because your income is going to warrant that. And if you're doing 8 parties a week, then you're not going to mind spending, $20 a week on that kind of thing. So, but yeah,
Because
there's no,
I was in another in It Works, and I was spending money on trips and stuff like that, and I didn't have money to coming back to me. It was one of those things where I was putting more money out and not making the money back.
yeah, no. So I don't know how it works, but there's no, the way Pampered Chef works is that when you submit 150 in sales, this is not your own money that you're spending. This is orders that you're collecting. Okay. One party, to be a qualified party, it has to be $200. Okay.
Right.
Just 150 in a month will make you active for that month. Okay.
Okay.
As long as you don't go, more than 2 months without being active, then you retain your career sales. Okay. But if you go 6 months without being active at all, you roll off as a consultant. There's no back end charges. There's nothing that you need to cancel or send back or anything. It's just that you're not a consultant anymore. So really, the threshold to try it is very low. It's very easy to get in and very easy to get out. It's not like buying a timeshare or something that's, you're going to be stuck with for the rest of your life. So good question. Yeah. Who else?
Well, Mary just
A
joined
question.
us.
That's okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Candy.
How do people get, if you have a small circle of friends and family, how do you get outside of that to get more
More
people?
business.
Yeah, more business. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, great question. So when you start, you are going to start with what's called a launch party, unless you just hosted, which I see in the chat. It looks like you maybe just hosted. Okay, so you probably have a kit credit.
So actually, if you could because Candy's
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Candy, I think you were like one of my first hosts, like when I started too. Like I think because so Candy's rehosting with me because she won my mystery host party from November. And her
Nice.
party was, like, over 2,000. So we're like, well, let's just keep going. Let's use that link and keep going. So
Yeah.
she has a like $2,000 double rewards party
Oh
with
my
all
God.
these free products, but she can use some of that towards the kit credit and she could sign up for free. And we're just starting her party tomorrow. So it's still
Tomorrow.
not, yeah, it's still not too late. So I like for me, Candy, it's been like bookings off bookings off bookings, and we have amazing systems in our templates that we share with our consultants to help you get those bookings. And we work a lot and train more closely with our consultants on how to reach out and how to follow up and what to do if they say I'm too busy or I don't have enough time and how to kind of overcome those objections. So that's something and I know Gretchen does with her team, works very closely with on helping you get bookings off bookings off bookings. Because once you have like one or two like good parties, you hopefully won't have to look back. And that's kind of what happened with me. Like, oh, I'm now circling back to you 6 years later,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And your customers will kind of always be, come back to you if they need something, and sometimes it's fun they'll rehost with you. So I have some that host every year. So it's systems that we have in place, and we will teach you to get bookings off bookings so you can break away from that friend circle. Because I think that's the biggest,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
See, I
reputation.
never did. I never did Avon. I never did
Yeah.
Tupperware
Nope.
because I have a small
Mhm.
group of friends, and there's actually two that I've reached out to, and they said yes, they'd be interested. So I sent them the link to put their phone number in, and nothing,
Okay.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like,
yeah. So with that, I will say this. We found that people will usually say yes to bookings when you ask them for the third or fourth time. And what that looks like isn't like, do you want to host a party now? Do you want to host a party now? Do you want to host a party now? And that's not what I
Right.
mean. I mean, like, maybe I might reach out and say, Candy, I was thinking about you. It's double free month this month. What do you say we put a party together? And I get crickets back. Well, you know
Mhm.
why? You know why you didn't respond? Because you probably got that message when you were driving home from work. You stopped at a red light, you saw the message, you didn't have time to answer it, and then the light changes, you go home, you're cooking dinner, you're binge watching Netflix, whatever it is, and you forget to respond. So,
Mhm.
what I teach my consultants is don't take it personally. It's just life. People are super, super busy. They don't not answer you because they're not interested. They're just busy. And honestly, when you follow up multiple times, that says to them that you are sincere, that you're not just checking off the boxes.
Mhm.
And so the second follow-up might look like, hey, I'm just checking to see if you got my message.
Mhm.
Okay. The third
Then
follow-up might be a cute little picture of a
texting
puppy or
you.
something, just to say, hey, I'm still here. And then the fourth one might be like, I don't want to be a pest. I just wanted to check in and see if I could pamper you with some free products. But, if you're not interested, that's totally cool. You can let me know either way. And then
Yeah.
we use what's called the bless and release method, which means if this person hasn't responded after I've reached out 4 times, then I'm just going to move on to the next person because there are tons of people out there who are interested in hosting,
Mhm.
getting free products. So,
Mhm.
yep, good question. Who else?
I was asking Pam if she was offended that I was responding to her at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not never offended.
Yeah, no,
Trust me.
I always tell my host, you can text me anytime, day or night. I always have my phone on silent, so you're not going to wake me up.
Yeah. And I may be awake, but I'm not offended.
Right, right.
Uh,
Yeah,
So
you could text me in Okinawa. I'm up.
there you
okay.
go. Now I know who to text in the middle of the night, Crystal.
You're up,
We
you
have an
guys. Just
extra
send me a message. I'm
no,
awake.
we have an extra guest.
Aw.
Aw.
Um, so if we don't have any more questions, I
Yeah.
will wrap it up. But I just want to, well, first of all, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Those of you who are consultants and who aren't consultants yet, it's just so fun to see your faces. We would love to welcome you to our Pampered Chef family. There really is room for you at the table. And message your person who invited you here if for the sign up link, because I don't know what your situation is. I don't know what difference Pampered Chef might make for you, but I know it's made a huge difference for me. It's allowed me to be here for, like I said, I mentioned that I had 2 special needs adult children. They need people, they need someone here like a lot of the time. I can't really have a full-time job. And the fact that I can go spend a week with my grandsons, of course, is huge as well. Um, So, I would just encourage you to, jump in, believe in yourself, believe in our company, believe in the person who invited you here because we have an amazing system, an amazing team of supportive, encouraging people who are right here and ready to help you to be successful. So, all right. Well, let me stop the recording.